Destination 2 of the Nomadic Kitchen 2026 food tour. After a 4-hour bus ride from Kuala Lumpur, we couldn't get the train, it was fully booked. It's the 2nd of January. We're in an area of Malaysia called Penang. We're just on a ferry now across the little strait in the sea to a place called Georgetown. If you've heard of Penang, Georgetown, that sort of area, very famous for its kind of cultural side of Malaysia, very famous for its street food. So hopefully we will be able to enjoy some more street food for you a little bit later on in the day. We'll see you there. Bit posh, I know, but why not?
Operation failed. Operation failed.
1505 or 3005. Okay, let's have a look at our little place. This is loads better than the last place I stayed at. The last place I stayed at, the bed actually collapsed. I had to fix it myself. We've got a little terrace out here, look. It's very small. What? Look at the views for the sunset or the sunrise. Wow. So we're here in Georgetown. This port town, if you like, was formed by the East India Company back in the 1700s. You may have heard of the East India Company. They're a British company that are primarily responsible for most of the colonies around the world that Britain held. It was operated as a free port, which meant Arabs, Chinese, Europeans, Malays, all operated here under like free trade agreement. And what it's resulted in is a melting pot of culture. The food here is just vast. The amount of different food that you can get in Georgetown is absolutely amazing. And hopefully later on we'll show you exactly what we mean. So my favourite part of mixed culture is always going to be the street food. Just going to have a little look in here to see what delights we can find for you this evening. Okay, look, I'm quite brave with street food, but I'm not as brave as Jackie. So Jackie's gone for the century egg, which is like a fermented egg type dish, and also some intestine skewers. Tell me what it tastes like, Jack.
Century egg tastes it's more like a gelatin.
Right.
Yes. And you could just if you want it to have more spice or no.
Okay. So today's selection then, what we've picked in the street food court, we've got some garlic chicken, we've got some century egg porridge, which is quite a strange one, but Jackie likes that kind of stuff. We've got some really authentic tasting fried rice here. Ash has gone for a omelette with, what was in the omelette? Oh, an omelette with basil. Done like Thai style in that crispy style. She loves that, to be fair. And then we've got some chicken satay, which is a classic of Malay cuisine. And we've got a little bit of chicken intestine as well there, which we'll maybe give it a go a little bit later. I'm not 100% sure. Early start this morning in Georgetown, Penang. After having a bit of a row with my AI kettle this morning, who kept telling me it wasn't going to give me any hot water, I've had to get up early, get Jackie some noodles and some coffee so we can wake up properly. Okay, so we're just having a little walk around Georgetown at the moment, and we just stumbled upon this place. I think it's called the Hin Market, and it's having like a 10-year celebration here. Some of their like handicrafts are really, really nice. Everything's quite individual here, stuff that you won't see everywhere else. Really, really pretty. They got a band playing over there on the right, little coffee shop on the left. Yeah, really nice place. Chopsticks. I'll just stick away the chicken. I'll do it again.
Keep that.
Okay, so we've come to this place called the Jetty. I'm having to be a little bit quiet. To be honest, when I seen it from the road, it looked like a little place full of little cafes and boutique kind of places. But I'm informed that the Jetty, these are residential houses on either side. And apparently the guy who built this jetty, Lee, these are all his ancestors, if you like. Not ancestors, is that the right word? I'm not sure. Is it ancestors? Generations, descendants was the word I was looking for. So yeah, he built this jetty and he built these houses, and to this day they're still his descendants living here. We're in a street called Armenian Street in the middle of Georgetown. It's quite famous really. It's famous for like all the street art, some quite famous pictures here, sort of Banksy-esque, if you like, on the walls. Lots of tourists down here, lots of little coffee shops, that kind of thing. Them little tricycles going down will give you a lift down the road. It's like wacky races for the aged. Breakfast in Georgetown, classic Malaysian fried rice, nasi goreng with ayam or chicken, usually quite spicy. I've had this a few times, but it's quite nice for breakfast. It's got a bit of an Indian feel, kind of like a curry running through it, some bits of nicely marinated chicken. It was either this or egg on toast. But there is one thing I should mention if you're planning a trip to Malaysia, and that is the traffic, pedestrians, the cars, that kind of thing. It is a real strange one because it is a rule-based traffic system. It's not like Vietnam where there are no rules. Unfortunately though, there doesn't seem to be any rules for like the pedestrian. So cars have a set of rules, they have traffic lights, they have that kind of thing. But often the pedestrian crossings, they're a guide. the cars don't always stop for you, so you never quite know whether you can go or you can't go. And sometimes the way they're designed is you have to cross like 3 or 4 different roads just to cross over. The cars will stop on the crossings, they'll try and prevent you from crossing the road. It's a really strange experience. It's something I can't really explain to you, but you just have to have your wits about you. Another thing that you're really going to have to be careful of here is like the storm drains. So often you'll be walking along a pavement and you'll look down, and to the right of you, maybe 6 inches, 12 inches, there'll be a 6-foot drop into the storm drain. No barrier, that kind of stuff. It actually makes making little video clips like this really difficult, because I've not only got to watch the floor, but I've got to watch where I'm going all the time, and it makes you really responsible. So walking around isn't the easiest thing in the world here. You can do it, but you have to take a few risks every now and again and cross the road when you think it's safe. But I would say that you don't trust the traffic lights. Often, like I say, the crossing will be on a sharp end and you won't see the traffic coming behind you, coming in front of you, that kind of stuff. Just be really careful. Okay, so this is like a prime example of like the dangers of being a pedestrian here. If you look down here, look, if I just go 1 inch off, that's it, I got a broken leg, I'm going to fall down there, I'm going to fall to the side. And then you get cars that like just park like this right in front of the pedestrian walkway, so it kind of forces you to leap over the ravine and then back. Do you know what I mean? It's a little bit like Tomb Raider gone wrong. Okay, so we've arrived in Little India in Georgetown, Penang. It's an area that's quite close to all the shops. There's a lot of Indian stalls around here. You've got like Bollywood studios, that kind of stuff. Let's have a little look, see what we can find. Beautiful, Jackie. Beautiful. Okay, by the size of this lady's joss stick, she clearly wants a bit more than the average money and wealth for 2026. It's Monday in Malaysia. Monday is a little bit like a Sunday in the Western world. A lot of places are closed, they don't open until later. Generally Friday is kind of their day of rest here, that kind of thing. So this morning we've ordered a proper Asian grab breakfast. So I'll just give you an idea of what it looks like, because it is proper authentic. Have a look at this. Unfortunately, we haven't got any spoons or anything. We've got a straw which we stick into the bag. I'm not sure how I'm going to make it stand up, but we haven't got any spoons, so Jackie's had to go upstairs and get us a spoon. But I'm really looking forward to it. It looks great. Really hot tonight, really hot and humid. Well, tonight's soiree takes us to the Kimberley night market. It's just the streets. It's a bit of a shame really, because they've still got all the cars running up and down the street. It makes it really difficult to sort of look at the food. But we're going to try some food here. Just a little tip. Last night we went to a place called the Kimberley night market. I'll be really honest with you, it was rubbish. When I say rubbish, the food we got there was okay. I've never had bad food in Malaysia, to be fair. It's always tasty. But I found the portions were really small, and it was quite expensive. Not expensive, but more expensive than what you'd normally get. This morning we've just come out to a normal kind of food court. We've got like a bit of the beach over there, and we've gone for like an Indian breakfast. So we've gone for, what's this called again?
Roti canai.
Roti canai. This one's kind of stuffed with egg. This one comes with like a chicken curry, freshly baked bread, freshly squeezed orange juice. My advice to you was try these little places on the side of the road. They're much better quality usually and much better value as well for like your breakfast and your food. I can't wait to tuck into this. I'm really looking forward to it. Funicular railway. If you don't know what a funicular is, neither do I, but I think it's like a cross between a cable car and a railway track going up a mountain, that kind of thing. Let's go and have a look. So we got to the top. It was only about a 10-minute ride, really steep mountain, but look at the beautiful views from up here, look at them. Really nice views. I mean, we got here early in the morning because we read online that if you get here like in the afternoon, the queues can be really long. But it was, yeah, we got here about 8:30 this morning. It was really quick, straight up there, beautiful views. What more could you want? Okay, so when you're traveling around Malaysia, you'll come across a lot of places like this, like little tiny sort of covered food courts, the stalls around the outside, that kind of thing. What I would say to you at first glance, you might think, oh, I'm not going to eat there, it's not going to be hygienic or whatever it may be. But you really are missing out if you don't try these places. This is where you'll get the most authentic food. And I eat here all the time, and it's fine. You know, I'm never ill. I got some crispy pork belly today, some chicken, some soup, that kind of stuff. The whole thing probably cost about £9 for the whole array of food and drinks that you can see on the table. So, you know, don't worry too much about it. Give it a go. You're in Malaysia. Eat like a Malaysian. That's what I would always say to you, and that's how you'll get the best experience from any sort of adventure trip that you go on. Today we're just going to have a little wander around the Chowrasta market. It's not Jamaican, it's in Malaysia. It's connected to the Penang Bazaar, I believe. Yeah, it's quite a cheap market, so everything here is really cheap, but I've got to be honest, it's really low quality as well. I wouldn't make come here for a day trip or anything, but if you're passing through, it's always worth a little wander around, have a little look. So we've had a little wander around the Chowrasta. Let's have a look in the Penang Bazaar. I mean, you can get loads of other things here, but the Penang Bazaar, I suppose, and the Rasta place we've been to, mostly really sort of cheap clothing, that kind of thing. Okay then guys, well that kind of finishes off in Georgetown. The next time you'll see us, we'll be on the beautiful holiday island of Langkawi, so come and join us there.